instead of saying, "That man boof," you would say, "That guy really smells bad," or "He really smells bad." Another example would be, "Let's dip," meaning, "Let's go." I have a friend at work, and the way he speaks, he always talks in street talk. So every time I see him, I'm like, "What's up, man? Hey, Brian, seen you in a long time. What you been up to, man? What you about to do?" That's good, bro. That's what's up, bro. Like what's going on, Slim? Fool, this man been tripping all day, bro. Like, real talk, man. He been tripping. Bro, this whole day's been chill, bro. Ain't nothing going on. Nothing going on too much, you feel me? So to him, I speak to him like that. I communicate like that to him because he always speaks like that to me. Now, when do we use street talk, especially when we're talking to people? Well, I'm going to speak from my own experience. The times that I use street talk to communicate to any person is, number one, I look at the environment and I look at exactly where I'm at. Number two, I also pay attention to the person that I'm speaking to. Gang! Welcome back to another episode of English with Collins. In today's video, we're going to talk about something that everybody wants to know. When to use street talk versus when to use formal English. In certain situations, you need to use street talk, and how in certain situations you need to speak formally. But before we actually dive in, let me go ahead and take off these glasses because they look ridiculous. And I know you guys didn't come here to look at me wearing glasses. You guys came here to learn about English. And so before we jump right in, I definitely want to say thank you guys so much for your submissions. Every person that actually submitted for the giveaway, I want to say thank you so much because the giveaway now is officially over. All right, so if you didn't get a chance to submit, just wait till the very next giveaway and I will be sure to provide the requirements for the next giveaway. Now, definitely stay tuned for the winner of this specific giveaway. I will record the whole entire process and I will also upload it here on YouTube. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. Now, I definitely want to set this understanding in place. There are times when you actually need to use street talk, especially when you're talking to people. And there are other times when you actually need to speak professionally, or in other words, formal talk. You need to know exactly when to speak in street language and at the exact same time to also speak in a formal language. Because it is very important, especially when you're trying to get a job interview, that you do not use street talk in a job interview. It is very important to know when to use it and when not to use it. Because if you use either of these in the wrong setting, it could cause a lot of misunderstanding. And sometimes you will not be able to get the results that you're actually looking for. So you need to know the difference between when to use it and when not to use it. In today's video, we're going to cover real life examples. I'm going to show you a couple of exercises that you can honestly practice from home. And you can use these exercises to better yourself out. And also, these exercises will help you to distinguish between formal talk and street talk. Let's dive in. Street talk in America is basically an informal language that is used in casual settings. For example, these types of talks actually include AAVE, hood, slang, etc. For example, in hood, instead of saying, "What's happening?" or "What's happening today?" in hood, they would say, "What's good?" "What's good?" like I explained in my previous video. Another example would be finna. So instead of saying "I am going to the store," they would say, "I'm finna head to the store. I'm finna head to the store." You see what I'm saying? These are the two examples of street talk or informal English. So you cannot use slang in a business setting. What is formal English? Formal English is the standardized version of English itself that is used in an academic environment, professional environment, or even business environment. A great example would be, instead of saying "That man boof," you would say, "That guy really smells bad," or "He really smells bad." Another example would be, "Let's dip," meaning "let's go." So formal English is the standard way of actually speaking English here in the United States. Now, when do we use street talk, especially when we're talking to people? Well, I'm going to speak from my own experience. The times that I use street talk to communicate to any person is, number one, I look at the environment and I look at exactly where I'm at. Number two, I also pay attention to the person that I'm speaking to. Does this person speak in street talk or does this person speak formally? I pay attention to those details before I actually communicate in street talk to the other person. For example, I have a friend at work and the way he speaks, he always talks in street talk. So every time I see him, I'm like, "What's up, man? Hey, Brian, seen you in a long time. What you been up to, man? What you about to do? That's good, bro. That's what's up, bro. Like what's going on, Slim? Fool, this man been tripping all day, bro. Like, real talk, man. He been tripping. Bro, this whole day's been chill, bro. Ain't nothing going on. Nothing going on too much, you feel me? So to him, I speak to him like that. I communicate like that to him because he always speaks like that to me. Now, let me give you a few couple of examples to help you to know when to use street talk. So for example, in your mind, I want you to picture yourself at a party. Not just any party, but at a barbecue party. Okay, do you have the picture in your mind? Now I want you to come up with a sentence you would actually use in street talk in this specific setting. I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you probably said something that actually sounds really good. But let me give you my example. For example, if I was to say, this food is really good. I love this food so much. In street talk, I would say, yo, this joint slaps, bruh. Let me get more chicken. What I'm referring to is, I love this food so much that it is so good that I want more chicken added to it. So you see, you can actually speak street talk in settings like this. Let's do another one. I want you to picture yourself in a convenience store. For example, in America, the most popular convenience store in the United States of America is 7-Eleven. So I want you to picture yourself at 7-Eleven. What would you say over there? Let me give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. I'm sure you said something really good. Now let me give you my own example. I would say, hey yo, how much this joint cost? I'm asking the cashier, hey, how much does this item cost? You see, in a setting like that, I can use informal English to speak to them. So those are the 2 examples of when to actually use street talk to actually communicate with someone else. Now, let's get into formal English. I definitely want to say that I've created a flashcard game that is specifically designed to help you understand American Hood better. Now you can find the link to this flashcard game and this flashcard set on my website. The link is down below. Go ahead, grab yourself a copy and start learning and practicing how to speak Hood. This flashcard game itself is designed to help you remember and memorize slang terms that is used here in the United States. It can also help you to identify when slang is being used in movies, television series, and so many more, so that when you come over here to the United States, or whether you're watching a movie from wherever you are not going to be lost, but you will understand everything that is being said perfectly, even when you're listening to music videos. So if you're interested, go ahead and grab yourself a copy. So let's dive right in. When do we use formal English? I use formal English in a business setting. When I'm with my business associates, when I talk to them, I speak to them in a formal way. I don't speak Hood. I don't speak street talk. I don't speak slang to them, because that is not the environment where I need to be using that way of speech to them. When I speak to my boss, I speak to him in a formal way. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Instead of, hey, what's good, boss? What's up with you? I say, good morning, sir. How are you doing? How's everything? How was your day? What do you want for me to do today? You see what I'm saying? That is the way you speak to your boss, because the setting itself is a business work environment. Here's a few couple of examples of when to use formal English. Job interviews, business meetings, and even sending emails to people. You need to know when to use formal English, especially when it comes to these areas. Let me help you out with some exercise. I want you to imagine yourself sitting at home by your desk. And as you're sitting on your desk, you're getting ready to send an email to your boss tomorrow. And in this email, I want you to speak in formal English instead of Hood. I want you to be able to send a message to your boss talking about how you're going to meet your boss tomorrow at this specific location. Now, my question to you is, how would you say it? I'm gonna give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Did you get your answer? I'm sure you did. Now, this is exactly how I would say it. Instead of me saying, hey boss, I'm finna meet you tomorrow at the Starbucks. Pull up over there, man. Meet me over there. And when you pull up, we're gonna talk about it. Instead of me saying that, I would say, greetings, or good morning, boss. Tomorrow I will meet you at Starbucks. And when we get there, we can definitely discuss everything that needs to be addressed that same day. You see, instead of me speaking Hood in that setting, I am speaking in a formal way to them, because this is my boss. This is not some regular person, you see? So it always depends on the setting that you're in order for you to actually speak in the way that you want to speak. You need to identify that. Now, I definitely want to talk about the dangers of actually mixing the two. I want you to understand that if you actually mix the two, if you actually speak street talk in a formal environment, it can cause misunderstanding. And if you speak formal English in an informal environment, sometimes some people don't necessarily get you. Because I want you to understand that not everyone fully understands English. And for me, I'm not necessarily an English expert, but I'm learning every day. So I don't know everything. Not everybody speaks the way you speak. You need to know when to use street talk and formal English. For example, in a business setting, if I say, let's turn up, my coworkers and my boss could be like, what does he mean, let's turn up? What does that even mean? But what I'm trying to say is, let's have some fun. They might interpret it completely different. Sometimes when you speak street talk in a formal environment, they might think that you're unserious or you're not educated. You don't want them to think like that of you. So know when to use it. Now for the last part, let's talk about code switching. So this is where you actually switch between when to use street talk versus when to use formal English. Now in this specific environment, let's just say we are at a party and I have a friend who speaks street and I have a friend who only speaks formal. So to the friend that I speak street, I would probably say, and let's say if I wanted to go grab another drink, I would say something like this to my friend who actually speaks street. I would say, yo, this party is lit, bruh. Finna grab another drink. Now, that's to the person who speaks street. Now to the person who speaks formal, I would say, this party is quite entertaining and full of energy. Give me one moment. I am going to go grab another drink. So again, if I were to speak the other way to my friend who speaks formal, he will look at me and be like, yo, what do you mean? So you need to know who you're speaking to. Another example is texting a friend versus sending a professional email. For example, I'm sending a message about my weekend plans. In hood or in the informal language, I would probably text my friend like this. Hey, what's good, bruh? I'm down to hang out this weekend. It's finna be lit. In formal English, it would be, hello, I'm available this weekend and looking forward to the event. We're going to have a great time. You see the difference? I hope this video helps. Definitely stay tuned for another one. Go ahead and comment down your favorite part.